I'm supposed to go to Impossible Kicks, so I know like the owner, and he told me to just come slide. I was gonna meet him here, but I think he's in Boston, so he told me just to pull up, slide, maybe. I don't know. If they hook us up, I'll probably buy a pair of shoes or something, but I'm not getting nothing for no like main retail price. So I am at Impossible Kicks, trying out some shoes, clothes and whatnot. Didn't get to meet the owner because I think he's traveling, so we're just chilling here. Gonna try some shoes on. Low-key getting hungry. I haven't eaten yet today. Then we're gonna go train at a gym called Iron Religion. So it's supposed to be a gym we're gonna go hit after this. I gotta go eat though. I still fasted today, so I haven't eaten anything yet. So once I get something to eat, maybe we'll get a pair of shoes and then go train. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, bro. It means a lot. Thank you. All right, what's going on, guys? So today we're training back. I'm at a new gym here in Orlando. I actually trained here once before. They had like a bunch of Rich Piana stuff in the front, so you already know it's got to be a good gym. They had a lot of like random bodybuilding equipment stuff that I haven't tried before. So starting off for back today, we're doing one arm pull downs. Tip here, stay locked in the machine. Elbow needs to travel in front of your body. I can't stress this enough. The more your elbow kind of is in front of you, you kind of want to pull your elbow down towards your quad. The crazier the contraction that you're going to get in your lats. You can pull it out to the more of an angle to your side, but if you really are trying to focus on your lats, which is what I'm doing in today's back workout, the more my elbow is in front of me, just the way that the path and the way it travels and what contraction you're able to get is going to be far greater. Again, a lot of this is like just bro science, but it's applied bro science that I've just done over the years. I don't know. So going to failure, we did 2 working sets on each side to failure. Next up, we did a wide grip pull down. Tip here, stay as vertical as possible, pulling straight through my elbows. Now this is more wider, my elbows aren't in as much, but I'm staying vertical. I'm getting a full stretch at the top and then pulling down with my entire scapula and then pulling through with my arms, my elbow. So again, the range of motion isn't the craziest on here. When I feel that I can't pull it all the way to my chest, I'll stop it around eye level and just keep going. And then as I get closer to failure, my range of motion gets kind of less and less, but I'll finish off usually with just a few little partials just to make sure I get a little bit extra added intensity. Then one of my favorite staples in back workouts is the incline dumbbell row. I love this for like upper back, trap, rhomboid, rear delt development. It all depends on the angle you pull from. If you have your elbows a little bit closer to your body, you're hitting more of that like lower back lat area. If you're doing more, you know, at a 45-degree angle or 90, you're gonna hit more upper back. So I was doing kind of like the more 45. I was trying to focus on more of my rhomboids and traps for this movement. I did 3 working sets. Rep range, I don't really count the reps on this because it kind of goes quicker. And then once you get closer to failure, again, I'll do just a few partials. Once I can't really get good form, full range of motion. So I think it was, I don't know, if I had to guess the rep range, it was probably 8 to 12. I think I was just doing the 50s. And then to finish out the back workout we did, I love this machine. It puts tension at different parts of the movement, the beginning, middle, and the end. So it's typical cable row, or not cable row, typical plate loaded row. Really was trying to focus on squeezing my lats similar to what we were doing on the first movement, the pull down, keeping my elbows as close to my body as possible and trying to pull my elbows as far behind my body as possible. That's going to give you the best contraction in your lat. Again, I'm focusing all my lats mainly in this workout, so really trying to keep my elbow locked in close to my body. You're going to feel a better stretch and a better contraction. The pad here at like the beginning of the stretching part of the movement, I try to roll my shoulders literally past the pad just to get more of a stretch, and I can feel it like stretch out my rhomboids and traps. You kind of roll your front of your body over it, you can see over the pad, and then I again try and squeeze, elbows close, pull as far behind your back as possible, going to failure. Did 3 working sets on that, and then did a drop set on the last set. Then we did some posing. I feel like we're looking, you know, we're looking all right. I just did my first cardio session back the other day. I feel like my back looks pretty cracked in this lighting. The posing room was a little unique. I like the way you're able to see your back, but the lighting wasn't as fire as some other gyms I've been to. But overall, it's a pretty fire gym. They had like cool meal prep there as well. I give the gym like honestly like 8 out of 10. It's a solid gym in Orlando. Like the video if you haven't already. For some reason, YouTube's being weird and is not letting people comment. At least the last video, I had to like make the comments public multiple times. It kept turning them off, so I don't know why. So go comment and like if you're able to comment, please. It helps the algorithm, helps me out. So just trained at Iron Religion Gym. They have a bunch of like Rich Piana stuff, which is cool. RIP, one day you may. But yeah, I trained back, so I'm sure I did like a little, or I'll show a little walkthrough. I'll show the walkthrough what I did, maybe do a voiceover. I'm sure you guys like the voiceovers, it's me. Did 2 pull down movements, 2 row movements, so it's a pretty good workout. It's 2:30 currently. Gonna go get something to eat. All I had today was a bacon Gouda sandwich from Starbucks and a venti iced matcha latte with oat milk, 2 pumps of sugar-free vanilla. I'm putting all on. Came up with that one myself. Gonna go tan, and then, yeah. Just drag my nuts across Orlando for the rest of the day. All right, I got a wellness shot, wheatgrass lemon. I don't know what kind of lemon she put in here, but that is like a lemon I've never, it's so bad. This is the worst wellness shot. Oh, this is awful. It's fizzing. It's like literally death. Oh! No, this should, wait. No. Lemon glaze is weird. Ruby chocolate chip. I tried crumble cookie. I already put it on Snapchat, so I'm not even gonna go over it again because I really shouldn't be eating this. Best one, that one. This one was like alright. These two are probably the best ones. I already had this last week. This is kind of ass. This was double ass, and this was pretty good. I don't know if I mentioned what I got from Impossible Kicks, but they gave me a free Hellstar hoodie that's like hard to get and free Jordan 4s. So shout out Impossible Kicks for that. I didn't even expect that. They just like, I don't know, super Possible Kicks, bro. That was a lot of love. Anyways, running the Bible study for the day. It's getting a little bit late. I don't know why. I checked again, but the comments on the last YouTube video again, like, got turned off. I've had to turn them back on like 4 or 5 times today. So if you can go comment now, go comment because it will help. If not, just like the video and that will also help. And I'm going to talk to YouTube and see what's going on. Anyways, Bible study for the day. I'm doing Philippians 12 through 18 is where we're starting. This is good. This is pretty good. But I'm gonna focus on the beginning for the most part, just so I don't like over complicate it for y'all. So, therefore, my beloved, as you have always obeyed, so now, not only as in my presence, but much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. For it is God who works in you both to will and to work for His good pleasure. So that's what I'm starting with, just so you guys can kind of go along with me. The Greek word works. It's not saying you have to work for your salvation. That's the principle. That's not part of Christianity. It's the fruit. You know, you end up kind of doing things for God, but you don't have to do things for God in order to be worthy to be with God, because Jesus did the work, right? But this Greek verb works in this scenario is the present active continuous form. It's saying that God who is working in you, when you know the Lord is working in you, you don't have to depend on your own self-efforts and strength to work out your salvation in the way you treat your family or in the way you live your testimony at work or in your relationship with others. The key to living a life of love and honor for His glory, when you find you don't have the desire to love your husband or wife, your child, your colleague, your friends, don't try to love them in your own strength. You'll end up exhausted, frustrated, and feeling worse. Rest in the salvation that your loving and mighty Savior is constantly working in you. Tell Him, Lord, I cannot, but you can. I'm trusting you to work in me. So it's not saying that you have to work out your salvation. It's saying work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, for it is God who works in you, both to will and to work for His good pleasure, because you can't do it by your own strength. And then the other part of that, which I feel like people can kind of struggle with, is the part where it says with fear and trembling. Like, are you supposed to fear God? But this is the term that the Hebrews used to explain for being awed by the goodness of God. I talked about that book called The Awe of God by John Bevere, which teaches the fear of the Lord, but it's not a fear where that scares you away. It's a fear that draws you closer and that kind of purifies you. So it's an awe. You're awed by it. You're awed by the goodness of God. It's not I'm afraid of Him, so I'm going to do this stuff just because I'm afraid of Him. That's an unhealthy relationship. So just explaining that. Now to go to the rest. Do all things without grumbling or disputing. They may be blameless and innocent, children of God without blemish, in the midst of a crooked, twisted generation, among whom you shine as lights in the world. So do everything without grumbling or disputing. They may be innocent, children of God, without blemish, in the midst of a crooked and twisted generation, among whom you shine as lights in the world, holding fast to the word of life, so that in the day of Christ I may be proud. I did not run in vain or labor in vain. This is Paul saying that. Even if I am to be poured out as a drink offering upon the sacrificial offering of your faith, I am glad and rejoice with you all. Likewise, you also should be glad and rejoice with me. The rest of that stuff is just Paul because Paul had to struggle a lot for the faith and stuff that he did. Paul and King David are probably my 2 favorite people in the Bible other than Jesus. I'm not counting that because Paul just had such a cool radical change in his faith, and it's a testimony of the goodness of God and how God works. And I think it's proof it's in itself that Jesus walked this earth of the testimony of Paul, once known as Saul. But basically, do everything without grumbling or disputing, that you may be innocent children of God without blemish in the midst of a crooked and twisted generation. We live in a pretty awful generation, really bad. I mean, I'm sure you guys can see it on social media. Things that were seen as not normal 15 years ago today are seen as like a new normal. Like, I'm just gonna say, like, OnlyFans. I feel like it's being more normalized now than it was 5 years ago or something. That type of work was seen as something so much worse now, and now it's becoming like a thing where 80% of women probably have one in their bio, bro. It's pretty bad. So we live in a crooked and twisted generation, but we shine as lights in the world, holding fast to the word of life, to the word of God, to the Bible, to Jesus, so that in the day of Christ I may be proud that I did not, this is Paul saying, that he did not run in vain or labor in vain. Because Paul did a lot of things, right, for us. So he's saying to not have done it in vain. Yeah, I don't know, it just stuck out to me. I picked a random verse on thebible.com. If you guys need like a free Bible, just download the Bible app or go to bible.com. There's a bunch of different translations you can use. It's not a sponsor or anything, but the Bible app is amazing. It gives you a verse of the day. It'll give you a notification on your phone. Even if that's the only food that you eat for the day for your spirit, that can be sufficient enough if you actually meditate on it. So I highly recommend doing that. That's pretty much it. Right now, building Legos, doing the Porsche. Let me know what you guys think. Should we do the Targa or the Turbo? I'm leaning towards the Turbo personally. I don't like the look of the Targa, but doing the Porsche Lego. So if you want to follow along with that, I'll be posting it on my Snapchat. So but yeah, that's pretty much, it was a pretty simple day. Went tanning, trained, ate some Mediterranean food, tried the crumble cookie out for the week, which I showed earlier. Again, a lot of the stuff I posted on my Snapchat, so have me on Snap Alex_Eubank. I need to figure out this YouTube thing because it's messing with my videos because I have to keep refreshing and uploading different things to fix it. So hopefully we figure it out. I'll know by tomorrow as well if we get approved for the lease in Charlotte. So I hope and pray that we end up getting it, and then we'll be 100% moving to Charlotte, and we'll already know the crib that we're getting, and then I can get settled in, get the good Wi-Fi, because again, I'm in that stage again where I'm kind of like living everywhere. I don't have like an exact home yet. All right, love you guys. Code Alex on Rise supplements or Rise Fuel for the energy drinks. Young LA drop is on the 8th. It's a pretty cool drop. It's like a bunch of same color sets. I get it here tomorrow. I'll get it sent to me tomorrow, so I'll probably record it in the next video. So I'm hyped for that. And then Elysium, we just had a restock, so code Alex on that. Support me. If you guys want to also join the waitlist for the coaching programs, the coaching stuff that I'm going to be doing here soon, the first link in the bio will be that to put your info in for that waitlist. Yeah, that's it. All right, love you all. God bless. Until next time. Peace out.